So I'm 40 and I want to do some makeup looks for women who are over 40. Let's be honest, the makeup tips and tricks that, the 20-year-olds are posting don't work for us, do they, ladies? Because unlike them, we have, you know, these fine lines. I've started noticing this doesn't quite bounce back and it's more hooded than it was before. So let's experiment. I'm going to be testing out 4 different types of foundations. So I'm going to do a stick foundation. I'm going to do a airbrush foundation, a BB cream, and then a traditional liquid foundation. So the first thing you're going to do is setting spray, primer, and then setting spray again. Today I'm going to start out with the stick foundation. I'm just blending it out with a kabuki brush. And I'm gonna go real light around my eyes because I don't want it to get super cakey around there, because I'm also gonna add a layer of foundation, or I'm sorry, concealer. And it blends beautifully. Very creamy, and it feels like it's hydrating my skin. I tend to notice the creasing in my eyes when I use concealer, but I also have hereditary really bad under eye circles. So I found the secret where you mix your concealer with your eye cream. So we're gonna give it a try. So, put some on my hand here. Take some of my eye cream. And I'm gonna mix it together. And I'm gonna apply it right here and here. So if you have puffiness or under eye circles, you're gonna want to avoid. I know you think you want to put it down here where it is, but you actually want to avoid that area, because concealer, what it does is highlights. So you don't want to highlight those bad areas. So I'm also going to add it just to any areas that I feel like, maybe I have a blemish or redness. And then I'm going to use a sponge to kind of blend it in. So once you're done with all of your creams, you're going to want to go in with a setting powder. So the one that I'm using is actually water-based, it's a powder, but it has a water release technology to it, so it's very hydrating and great for more mature skin like myself. So I'm going to make the ugly face, to try to make sure that I don't have any lines or creases when I put the setting powder on, because if I put it on when there's lines and creases, it's just going to set those lines and creases. So we want to make sure that we don't have, it's all smoothed out when we're putting the powder on. So just kind of smooth out and just dab. And I'm going to just put this anywhere where I tend to get shiny or sweat, or my makeup tends to like run, a little, or bleed. And I like putting it on the top of my eyelids too, because I feel like it helps my eyeshadow. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with my pressed powder. And I know a lot of times people with more mature skin or dry skin tend not to want to use pressed powder, because traditionally it will dry out your face. But the pressed powder from Unique is packed with all kinds of hydrating ingredients that actually leave your skin feeling much more hydrated and healthy. And I love the way it feels. I think it feels so silky smooth, and it adds a nice airbrushed type finish. And I always put a little on my neck to kind of blend it in too. Now I'm going to go in with, you can use bronzer, or this is actually another pressed powder, just in a darker shade, for your contouring. And Unique has this really awesome angled brush that really makes it so easy. I was never able to get contouring down until I started using this brush, and now it has helped me so much. So just swirl it around a little bit to get the brush or the makeup evenly distributed, and then you're going to want to angle like where you want it. So you're going to start at the top part of your ear and angle it down, and the general rule of thumb is like keep it like 2 fingers away and 2 fingers like this, so that kind of hollow of your cheekbone, I do just above that. And you just make a line, and then you kind of blend. And look at that. And that's a little harsh. I'm gonna blend it out a little bit. There. So same thing on the other side. There we go. And then you're also going to want to do a little bit just under here. And a little up here. So now I'm going to go in with this fluffy brush and my blush, and I'm just going to kind of sweep it onto the apples of my cheeks and go up. That nice, pretty, soft pink. And then this is another super awesome brush that Unique has. It's like a thicker fan brush, and it just does a really good job of, so I'm going to use my highlighter now. It does a really good job of spreading out the pigment of these highlights, and it just looks so pretty. And then a little bit on the Cupid's bow, and the tip of the nose. It's so pretty. Forget to do the little contour on my nose, so I always just take this tiny little brush and just do like 2 little lines like that, and then again just kind of blend it out there. Okay, so now for blush, this is like one of my favorite palettes by Unique, and it's got a lot of really great neutral colors, so it's a good place to kind of start. So I'm going to start with this really tan, like nude tan color. And I do my makeup a lot different than a lot of other makeup artists. I like to do my foundation so that I have, you know, kind of a foundation base on my eyes instead of doing my eyes first and then my foundation. But I always noticed that I would get, you know, leftover powder on underneath my eyes. So I had another makeup artist recommend this shadow shield, and it works amazing. So you just kind of place it at the lash line, and it prevents particles transferring, and it also prevents you from getting shadow past like a certain point on your eyes. So dual purpose. And I also have somewhat hooded eyes, so you'll notice that I kind of tend to put mine up a little bit higher, otherwise you don't really see it much. So it's just a really nice, pretty neutral base color. I'm going to go in with a darker color in the kind of edge here and along the lash line a little bit. So I've got like this dark shimmery brown. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with my fluffy blending brush and just blend that out a little bit so it's not so harsh. And now, like, my super favorite eyeshadow color recently is this liquid eyeshadow color called Reverend, and it is so pretty and sparkly, and I love it. So I just put on the inside like half there. And then you can either use a brush or your finger, whatever you're comfortable with. And then I'm going to go back in again with my fluffy crease brush and just kind of really blend it. So this eyeshadow, even though it's like a liquid, it dries as a cream. So it doesn't crease. It's like awesome. And now I'm going to go back in with that dark brown color, this one, and I'm just going to take a liner brush and just add a little bit to my lower lash line. Like super little bit. I don't like to draw a whole lot of attention because, like I said, I have the dark under eye circles and I don't want to make it too dark. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to put a little bit of eyeliner. And I usually use liquid eyeliner, but I've just been trying something a little different. I honestly think I prefer the liquid. What do you guys think? Do you like liquid or do you like pencil? Pencil takes me longer too. And then I'm just going to apply just a little bit on the lash line. Or the waterline, I'm sorry. Only about halfway. Slightly over half. 2/3. There you go. I try not to make it like an abrupt stop. Like towards the middle, I try to like, you know, blend it a little bit. Oh my god, did you just hear my stomach growl? Alright, so now I have microbladed eyebrows, but when you put makeup on top of it, it tends to dull them a little bit, so I don't need a whole lot, but I do still like to use a brow pencil. You know, I kind of had it up too high when I put the cap on. So I just kind of do like an up and down, like sort of flicking motion to give those little hair like, and then I trace around the bottom and top, and then I brush it out. So. And I love this brush. It's like really soft and it blends the best. Like I have tried, before I got my eyebrows microbladed, I tried every eyebrow pencil in the world, like I swear to God, and I hated all of them. And this one I really, really like. It gives it such a soft, smooth look, and this brow pencil has ingredients that help your eyebrows grow. It also has synthetic beeswax in it, so like you don't even need to add a like brow gel or anything. It keeps them in place. And I'm so finicky about having everything just right. It drives me crazy if it's not. Love it. It's awesome. Okay, so before I do my mascara and lips, I am going to add setting spray one last time. And to help it dry a little faster if you want. Ooh, you can use a fan or piece of paper. And I did forget to put my little bit of brightening shadow just on the inside corner here. Just gives your eyes a little, and a little up here. That was a little too much. And a little over here. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in and curl my eyelashes. My eyelashes are stick straight. Like, I have to curl them at least like 3 times to get them to curl. And every mascara I've ever tried, even after I've curled them, they go straight once I put mascara on. The only thing that works for me is waterproof mascara. So I start with the waterproof, and then I will usually add a second layer of like a fiber mascara. So I will start the process, but probably won't do the whole thing. So I have to sit there like this like 3 times. It's ridiculous. So now that my lashes are curled, I'm going to use a lash primer to hydrate my lashes and give them a little extra length. And I don't pump my mascara, I twirl. So, I don't know, I just found it works best for me. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with my waterproof mascara. And this mascara was actually what like sold me on this brand when I first heard of it. I had a friend who was you know, selling it on Facebook or whatever, and I had been searching for the perfect mascara since they discontinued mine years ago, and have never been able to find one that I really, really liked. And this was the first one that I liked in a really long time. So I was hooked. Of course, I just got it all over. Okay, number 2.
Then we have the 4D fiber mascara. So it has fibers infused in it to lengthen your lashes. I always just kind of do a second sweep with that. Give it a little extra. I like my eyelashes big and loud. And I gotta tell ya, since, I don't know, 32, 35, somewhere around there, I noticed my eyelashes just were not what they used to be, and they were shorter, they fell out easier, and I, loving big lashes, was like devastated. You know, fun crap that happens to us as we age. And I started doing the lash serum only just like, a week or so ago, and I am so super impressed with how fast my eyelashes have been growing. Here we are. Ah. I swear my left inside eye always plagues me. Like, I can never get it without getting some on my eyelid. It happens every time. Love it! So my last step is lipstick. And I always like to use an exfoliator before I do it. Otherwise, I feel like my lips are always looking nearly dry. So I found, or Unique has this exfoliator like pencil thing, and I love it. It's so easy. Like, I just sit here and do it at my makeup table. Rub it in nice and well, and then kind of dab it off, and then I'm ready. Actually, they already give them a nice little color there. So I'm going with my lip liner. And then I just like to fill in just a little bit. Because this liner is completely like smudge proof. It's awesome. So I feel like it helps keep my lipstick on. And then the last step is the lipstick.
Why open your mouth?
And my toddler has joined us. Actually, I lied. That's not the last step. Where is my... So I've never been a big lipstick person until recently. I just started wearing it. So for me, I just have to have like a gloss or like a chapstick or something. So I also have this lip butter that has like a peppermint type feel to it. And so I just like to put it on at the end, and it gives it a smoother finish. And that's all. So that was the cream stick foundation. That was the first time I've ever actually used it, and I really, really like the way it feels on my skin. It doesn't feel heavy or cakey. The trick with the eye cream has helped a lot with the creasing. I do still have some. I mean, 40 years old, it's gonna be there. But I feel like it looks pretty darn good. So the rest of this week I will go through and do with the other types of foundations, and we can kind of compare and contrast and see which works better for mature mamas.